What if I skip this series? Nah. Hello, welcome back, my dear subscribers. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Asha Media TV, my tiny little channel where I like to watch, react, and review a variety of stuff related to sci-fi, fantasy, and comic books. So, in today's video, I'm finally going to get around to watching the new TV show series, animated series from Marvel called What If? And I'm going to be watching the first episode that dropped yesterday, and it's called What If Captain Carter Were the First Avenger? But before I press play on this episode, I do need to cover some very basic stuff, so if you're new to my channel, please take a minute to listen up. Number one, just in case you missed it in the title, this is a spoiler-filled reaction video. Spoilers ahead related to all things MCU. Because I don't know what to expect from this episode, and I might blurt out something related to any of the MCU movies, especially Captain America. So if you haven't watched any MCU stuff, don't watch this video. I can't make any promises I won't spoil something. Yeah. And number two, it is possible you've come across older videos on my channel where at that time I was showing picture-in-picture type reaction videos. However, I no longer provide those kinds of reactions here on my channel for very valid legal reasons. So instead, what I do offer is a watch-along type of experience. And if you want to know how that works with me specifically, head on over into the description box below, click on the timestamp that says overview of my watch-along style, and there you'll get a detailed explainer about 3 ways you can watch along this episode with me using this YouTube video. But, of course, I do know many of you prefer a more stress-free way to watch me watch an episode of something that you enjoy. So if you want to get access to an alternate version of my reaction to this episode, details about how to get access to that alternate version is in the description box below. And there's also bonus content and extra perks you may be interested in. And lastly, because this is a comic book-based type of TV series, here's my normie disclaimer. Just letting you know that I'm what's considered a normie. I'm not familiar with the comic books, the source material for this show. Therefore, if I misinterpret something or misunderstand something going on in a scene in this particular series, and it's related to the comic books, and you are an expert at all things comic books related to Marvel and all that good stuff, take it easy on me in the comments. Use that opportunity to respectfully and courteously educate me on something that I need to know related to any misunderstanding I have of this episode. Okay? Okay. All right, party people. I am at the beginning, 0000. If there's any kind of, well, I don't think there would be. I was going to say recap. I don't think there is. It's the first episode. So either way, I don't skip recaps except for Supernatural, if you are a fan there. But either way, I'm at the beginning, and I'm going to count down to play right now. Starting at 3, 2, 1, play. I've read so many positive, non-spoiler reviews, so I think I will actually enjoy this. Let's hope. Even some of the harshest critic actually liked this, the first 3 episodes apparently they got access to. One of my friends told me it's the 3rd episode apparently that's kind of boring. So, yeah. I like stuff like this. What if kind of situations. As long as it stays like a what if, an Elseworld kind of thing, which I have a feeling Marvel may not do. We'll see. The animation's really, really defined. It's so nice. Oh, Steve's down. Obviously not. I like that. I like that it's not something they just picked her from. The circumstances demanded it. I buy that. Because if they wanted to, they could have easily made it seem as if, like, she was the first choice from the very beginning and yada, 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 reasons. There she is. Ooh, 60 million back then. I like that Steve is still around to be around her. That's cool. I thought they were gonna sideline him. It's weird that it's not Chris Evans' voice. So used to it. Aw. I'd like to see them both on a date. It'd be quite interesting. Visually, anyway. I am blown away at the visual of this animation. Gotta remember the times, people. Captain Britain. That's good. That's a money shot right there. One thing I love about animation, the hair stays still. Oh, oh. Look at his face. I love when that character says that. So no helmet for her. Can't ruin that hair. Since now. Oh, that's Sebastian's voice. The other money shot. Aww. This is great. So far, I am digging it. Flying Buick. Oh, that's neat. And they're working together. That's neat. The soundtrack for this is just wow. I am impressed. Bye. Oh, that sucks. I'm just curious if it ends differently in a sense that um, Bucky doesn't fall. Hmm. I just said it too. Oh, so Steve dies. Or Steve falls. Does Steve become the Winter Soldier in another episode? Hmm, interesting. Oh. That's what he's useful for. Are you sure we shouldn't be calling her Ninja Carter? She moves like a ninja. They couldn't give Stark like a uniform. He's still wearing the same thing. What the hell? Some armor? That's hilarious. He went through all that trouble and he just dies. Will another one grow back? For everyone she cuts? Like literally pushing it. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Oh. It's the reverse of. Okay. And she'll be gone for a while and then come back later in the future when Steve's old. Sushi, anyone? She's already in the future. Oh, wow. I didn't think they'd do it so soon in the episode. Hmm. Let me see how they do their end credits here. Wow. I'm so blown away at the animation that even if the story was terrible, I'd still enjoy looking at it. Cool. Cool. All right, let me just double check something here. Hang on. Okay, we're good. Alrighty, people. Takeaways for this episode coming right up. The hype is real. The hype is real about this first episode anyway. All right, so if you've watched previous reaction videos where I usually start off with, things I didn't like, then I move into things that confuse me, then I end off with like 3 takeaways minimum. I'm no longer doing that format anymore for a variety of reasons, mainly for simplicity and also because I no longer have the patience to debate or defend my personal opinion for things that I don't like about an episode. Just not interested in that. And there's just way too many people nowadays on YouTube who are making it their business simply to troll for negative stuff for them to argue with. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is just share with you a minimum of 3 key scenes or aspects of this first episode of the What If series that I really enjoyed. So, starting with the animation. If you did watch my reaction, I couldn't stop babbling of how much I loved the animation, the detail, and also the coloring. I liked this kind of darkish tone with interesting highlights on certain colors at certain moments. Oh, it was just beautiful to look at. That even if the episode was terrible, as I literally said as well out loud while watching the episode, I'd have been fine just looking at it. Seriously, especially if it's just half an hour, I'm totally fine with it. So the animation definitely thumbs up. And I presume it's going to be like this for the rest of the series. So I won't bother putting that as an extra takeaway because, why be repetitive if you don't have to, right? And the second thing that I absolutely loved about this episode and about the narrative in general, which surprised me, okay? It surprised me considering the fact that nowadays in most mainstream properties, including those coming from Marvel and Disney, okay, want certain types of politics to be very at the forefront of their properties, okay? Considering that, I was surprised that it was not only a Peggy Carter that becomes, the Captain America-ish like character, but Steve is still included in the story. Now, let me just remind those of you who skip ahead in my videos, I'm a normie. I'm not familiar with the comic books, so if this was like a normal standard thing in the What If comic book series, I don't know that. So as a viewer, a first-time watcher of this series, I was very impressed with the fact that they had Steve and Peggy work together, similar to how they did in the movie of Captain America, but I felt this was, I don't know, I just liked the dynamic of how they went about it with this series because Steve was not just only there as a friend and, someone that a little bit more than a friend in the sense, but he also was somewhat the Iron Man as well, alongside her empowered self, right? So I did not expect that. I thought they were going to likely be like, okay, Steve, he couldn't be Captain America. It's all about Peggy, and Steve was going to kind of be sidelined. So I'm glad it wasn't that. And honestly, that equal partnership between these characters kind of remind me of what I loved a lot about Wonder Woman. I think personally that's what made Wonder Woman work really well. The first one, okay, is having Wonder Woman and Steve work together. They both use their strengths to get the job done. So I really appreciated seeing, again, that equal dynamic, equal being the key word between the two. They both had something to contribute to help with the situation. And so, as I said, I didn't expect it, and so that just makes me feel even more comfortable that the series hopefully will continue on that realistic, because in my opinion, that's the way it should kind of be. I'm not an advocate for propping up one type of character and putting down another, especially if that character is a beloved character. I'm not an advocate for that. So from this episode, it seems like that won't be the case, like they've done in other properties that's recently aired. Okay, my personal opinion. But anyway, really happy to see that, and I look forward to seeing more of that dynamic with other characters under a similar situation or so. And my last takeaway from this episode is I love the fact that the main actress, Haley Atwell, reprised her role as Peggy Carter, because I'm aware that not all of the actors from the MCU are voice acting for their respective character. Like in this episode, Chris Evans is not voicing Steve Rogers. And so I think it's cool that at least the main character that our focus is on, which is Peggy Carter, I'm glad it was Haley Atwell that's had the chance to reprise the role. And from the ending of this episode, it seems as if this is a character that's going to move forward with other narratives of the What If series, right? So that's pretty neat. I'm looking forward to see how many other of the original actors will voice their characters. And it's understandable, as some other critics have mentioned, it's understandable that Disney, saved a lot of money by hiring actors who are really good at mimicking the voices of a lot of these characters. But at the same time, too, I'm not going to deny it would have been cool if they were able to somehow get all of them on board. And apparently a couple of the actors weren't even asked to reprise their role, which is strange, but, whatever. When it comes to the business end of things, tight-lipped on that because I don't know anything about it, and I'll leave the behind-the-scenes aspect of things for other more notorious or more famous YouTubers to give you the 411 about it. But as a viewer, if the voice isn't a complete match, it can kind of take me out of it. But anyway, regardless of that, as long as the story is really good and the animation obviously is fantastic to watch, I don't think it's going to be too much of a bother. But then again, it does depend on the character. So I guess I'll have to wait and see, and then you'll find out from me, nonetheless, if you watch my reaction, how I react to hearing the non-original voice of that character. So there you have it, everyone. That is my reaction and my key takeaways from this episode of What If. If you enjoyed this video, the best way you can show me is by supporting my channel, following those two friendly prompts right around here, the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Thank you so much for watching, and until episode 2, I'm tuning out, peacing out, goodbye. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.